I got some AirTags and I got some accessories, so let's check them out. Hey, I'm Jerry, and I just got back from the Apple store picking up the brand new 4-pack of AirTags, along with a couple Belkin accessories and even the Apple Loop accessory in yellow, which I guess looks kind of cool. And of course, in this video, we're going to unbox them, set them up for the first time, and just see how they work. We're not going to do any of that crazy stuff that some of the bigger channels are doing, just a general overview of how they work. So like I was saying, along with the AirTag 4-pack, we have 2 of the Belkin AirTag holders. We got blue, which is the secure holder with strap and the secure holder with ring. And then we have the Apple AirTag loop, which of course they can go on baggage or some kind of bag. And I'm not a super big fan of the design, or at least I haven't been, just looking at the item online. So we'll check that out and see if my opinion changes. So let's go ahead and get these AirTags unboxed. Pull it down here at the bottom. There we go. All right, so in the box you have the AirTags, of course, some paper. We have the 4 AirTags inside. The first thing it wants you to do is actually make sure your device is up to date and Bluetooth is turned on. And then over here, it wants you to pull the tab and then just place the device next to place the AirTag next to your device. So these guys are a bit thicker, just a little bit thicker than what I was kind of expecting. It's a little bit bigger than a quarter, I would say. And it's kind of like this little mushroom shape where it's just kind of bigger on top and smaller on bottom, and the bottom just protrudes out. But let's get this plastic off. And did you hear that? The little beeping sound to tell you that the AirTag is now powered up. The top of the AirTag, of course, is this shiny white plastic, and it feels like thin plastic. The bottom is this metallic-y reflective surface that other reviewers have already said scratches super easy, so don't be surprised if these start getting scratches fairly quickly. These do have a replaceable internal battery that lasts about 1 year, and to change the battery, you push down and turn to the left, and then you get this CR2032 battery that can be swapped out anytime. I assume that the iPhone will give you notifications when your AirTag battery is low, so that you can find your device and change the battery before it actually dies. Put that cover back on and let's go ahead and pair it up with the phone and see how it works. All right, so we have my phone, we have the AirTag, and there we go. We get the pairing request right there. We'll hit connect, and here we can actually name it. And I have no idea what I'm going to put these AirTags on, so I'll just call this one backpack for now. And yes, use this phone. Register Apple AirTag to your Apple ID. And I think this will take just a few seconds to configure, and there it is. So we got a beep from the device, and now we are set to use this AirTag, quote unquote Jerry's backpack, on my iPhone. So we should be able to open up the Find My app and locate this tag. It does say here that when the AirTag is nearby, an arrow will point to its precise location. We can play a sound from the iPhone to the AirTag, and we can get directions on a map to find this AirTag if this is lost outside in the wild somewhere. So let's go ahead and open up Find My app, and there you go. As you can see on the map, we have my house where I'm at right now, and you can see my backpack is located here. So a couple of things that we can do is we can hit play sound, which should play a sound from the AirTag. So if I'm running around the house trying to find whatever this is supposed to be in, or trying to find the tag itself, I can play a sound. And there it is. So that should help you locate the tag as you're running around the house frantically trying to find your keys or your bag or your kid or whatever else you have this attached to. All right, so now what we're going to do is lose this AirTag, I guess, in this room, and then just find it with the Find My app on this iPhone. So I have my other iPhone over here, so we can just toss it and, all right, oops, now it's hidden somewhere over there. Good thing the camera didn't see it because we have to find it. So we'll click on Find, and it should pop up because it's within the 30-foot range, so it should be able to find it with Bluetooth and give us precise information using Bluetooth and the U1 chip. So as I turn away from the AirTag, it's pointing me in the correct direction and telling me approximately how many feet until I get there. So it must be in this direction. And it thinks I'm close. It thinks I'm close. Hey, it says I'm here. And there it is, hooray! I found it, success! All right, so that was pretty simple to find using the Find My app on my iPhone to find the AirTag that's within 30 feet. Now, if you do have this on an item that you leave at a store or at a mall or on a train or something else, it works a little bit differently. Other iPhones in the area will detect that tag and give you the approximate location. You can turn on notifications on your phone to get notified when that device is found when you're in lost mode. So you can turn on lost mode, you can set a contact name and phone number and some other information in there if you want. And if somebody else finds it nearby, they can actually see it on their phone. It'll pop up saying, hey, here's a lost AirTag. And then they can find your bag and give you a call and hopefully reunite you with your lost stuff. Now let's check out some of the accessories that I have here from Belkin and Apple. Let's start with the Apple AirTag loop. All right, so I went with a nice bright color. That's easy enough to see on a bag or luggage or something else. And the AirPod. I am sure I'm not the only person saying AirPod. This AirTag should just slide right into this loop somehow. And hopefully it's nice and secure. I'm probably doing it wrong. I'm definitely doing it wrong. Wow, this is kind of difficult. Is there instructions? Oh, there are. You gotta undo the snap. There you go. And now the AirPod can just slide right in, snap it. So, is it secure? I don't know. It's conceivable that if this is attached to a baggage or a piece of baggage going through an airport, that it's possible that this snap could get dislodged and you could lose your AirTag. And then, what's the point of having it? But who knows? Maybe it's stronger than I think, but it just snaps on and holds the AirTag in there. All right, so what about the Belkin accessories? I actually think that these Belkin ones look a little bit better than this. This is kind of the same material that the iPad Magic keyboard case is made out of, kind of rubbery. Time will tell how these things hold up, but it doesn't feel super durable to me. So maybe the Belkin's a little bit better. And it looks like the Belkin one, you twist to disconnect. Then you can toss the AirTag in there. Put that back on and twist again. And there we go. Okay, that does feel more secure in here. And when we use this wire strap, elastic strap, we should be nice and secure on whatever device you put it on, whether it's a bag or luggage. Or somebody suggested on Twitter that they're going to use tape to tape this to the Apple TV remote because the Apple TV remote, the new and the old, don't have the U1 chip, so you can't use the Find My app with those devices, which is one of the most common things that you lose. But me, if I had to think about it, I'd lose my tape more than I lose other things, so maybe I just need to tape this to my rolls of tape, and then I can find my tape when I need it. I don't know. If you have suggestions or cool ideas or ways to use these AirTags, let me know below. So as I'm trying to figure out other ways to use these, let's check out this Belkin secure holder with key ring. So just like the blue AirTag holder with strap, the black AirTag holder, which you can get either of these in different colors, but this AirTag holder is the exact same way. You slide it in here, you line it up, and then you should be able to twist to lock it in once it's all set. There we go. And then of course you just put the key ring on here and you can attach it to your keys or a bag or whatever else. So that's pretty much it for these Belkin accessories and my unboxing of the new Apple AirTags. 4-pack runs $99, or you can get a single one for $29, I think. It's not a bad deal if this is something you're concerned about, if you're concerned about losing things. As the world gets back into work and back into travel and other things like that, these are probably going to be really handy for travelers running through airports, losing bags if you check bags. But I'm sure there's all kinds of other uses. Everybody wants to use them on their dogs or something else. So again, let me know below, what kind of crazy uses do you have for these AirTags? I'd love to be able to try some of them out if they make sense. I also need to see if I can try and lose one to see how well that lost mode works. I want to know how it works when somebody else in the world finds my AirTag or their iPhone just runs across my AirTag. Can I go find it? I don't know. Seems like a challenge that I might have to figure out. So anyway, this is the first of a number of products that Apple announced at last month's Spring Loaded event, along with the iMacs and the iPads Pro and the Apple TV. If you're interested in seeing my upcoming videos on those products, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you're interested in which iMac I purchased this morning, check out this video right over here. Hit the thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you next time.